Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. Your key to the week this week is the Devil card, alright? So this week you've got to watch out for that overindulgence, whether it's a sweet tooth, whatever your vices may be. This week you've got to really keep on top of them. It may also be as well that you're holding on to something this week. Remember, the Devil card shows us what we're obsessed with, what we are too deeply attached to, what we are allowing to overtake our lives in some way, shape or form. It could also be a thought process or pattern that is actually not helping you or is no good for you. What I will say to you with this Devil card as well, the positive aspect of it is where you're holding to something and you're like that good kind of obsessed, where you're like, I am going to see this through to the end no matter what. That's the best way that you can channel this energy. On the other side of it, this could be where you're shooting yourself in the foot, or where something that you are using as an escapist tool is actually not helping you. It might also be where you're projecting in some way, shape or form. Before we start, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options this week, you have the Chariot card. The Chariot card has been very active this week, so I wonder if a lot of the decisions and the paths that are taken this week end up, because remember the opposite to this card is the Tower. And so I wonder if a lot of the decisions or the paths that are taken this week lead to some big, potentially shocking moments. Now, this card is a very fast card and it does tend to speed things up. Because the opposite to this card is the Tower, sometimes the Chariot's message actually is, it's not just about victory and success. Sometimes it really is a heads up to slow down. You've got this coupled with the Devil card. It's almost like here you're wandering into something and you're really not seeing the potential pitfalls to it. So just be mindful about this. I will also say as well, if this is about you getting obsessed with something on the healthier aspect, it might be that there's something about yourself that you're choosing to conquer or to release or to let go of. So I'm intrigued by this because, you know, how it shows up is going to be interesting. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Queen of Swords. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are having a tough conversation this week. And I gotta be honest, it's rare that Pisces kind of lose their temper. But I've seen a few and it's not pretty. What I will say to you is, the Queen of Swords is about what you fight for, what you're prepared to fight for, what you go to war for. And here in the communication sector, it does suggest that there is some kind of bust up here, and it is potentially because you can't let go of something or you won't let something slide. You've got this Chariot card here as well. Remember what I said to you, like one of the messages or the taglines for this card is pride comes before a fall. And so the message here really is, take a minute before you go down a certain path or a certain sort of avenue, especially if this is you instigating a fight, an argument or a dispute of some sort, because the chances are it's going to backfire or it's going to bite you in the butt. All right, when it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, choose your battles, all right? Know when to fight on and know when to just kind of take it on the chin and say, okay, it is what it is. Same thing for those of you that are employed by somebody else. This might be where you are expected to fulfill something this week or to go in a certain direction and you're kind of like, no, I don't feel like that's right for me, or it's not something that I want to do. And then you're finding that actually maybe you don't have a choice or somebody pulls rank over you. If that is the case, I'm not saying allow yourself to be treated like a doormat. I'm just saying choose your battles wisely. Choose the timing of your battles wisely as well, especially if somebody seems to have it in for you at this moment in time. All right. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, look, this could be, it could be that somebody launches a tirade or like a mini attack on you or your business or your character or your reputation. And it's like you come back with a flamethrower. Not only is everybody like super surprised because the Pisces has kind of come in all guns blazing like, but on top of that, your reaction maybe is a bit over the top. And this comes down to something that Pisces does a lot, right? You guys tend, oh, well, you know, it will sort itself out. You'll bite it down, you'll bite your tongue, you'll hold it back, and eventually it just has to, it's got to go somewhere and it will explode out of you. Which is why I encourage you this week, if you have things to say them when they come up rather than saving them. And because eventually when that sort of volcano erupts, it's going to be bad. All right. And potentially, especially with these cards, there's some stuff that you might not be able to take back. Find a way to say it by choice rather than reaction. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this could be a dispute that you're pulled into that's happening for somebody else, and it might be something that once you kind of get involved in it, it might be a little bit too sticky for you to back out of. So I would be careful with this, because it's like, you know, when you get sucked into something, you end up playing piggy in the middle, or you have to be the mediator or stuff like that. This could be that. So just, yeah, be mindful. For your love and relations, you have the Fool card. New things, new places, new people, potentially a new air sign person, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I would be careful, just because you've got the Devil card here. You got the Chariot card, which means it will be hot, it will be heavy, it will be fast, it will be all of that, all of the gnarly stuff. And then potentially this person either brings out your worst traits, or they enable those traits, or they are only around for the good times and not necessarily interested in being there if you actually need some real support. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this could be where you and your partner are starting again, but it's through a really big clearing of the air. So it's kind of like you're saying, okay, you know what, let's just have it out. Let's just say what we need to say, get it off our chests, and then we'll move forward from here and we'll put it on the back burner. It's possible. With these cards, I wonder how much of it will stay buried. You know, just if you're going to open up a can of worms, have something very firm in place, even if it's just an agreement with yourself. It's like, I'm going to bring this up now because it's bothering me to this point. After we've had it out, I'm never going to bring it up again. If you can promise yourself that, I think it might be okay. For your money and materials, you've got the Four of Wands. Your money looks good. Your interpersonal connections look to be a little bit challenging, but your finances are great. You've got this as well. If there's something that you've been asking for when it comes to work and money, etc., this week it looks like you're getting it. Celebrations, accolades, also ways of making money either from home, with home, or the foundations of your situation. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your head, like this whole general area, and your face as well. Touch wood, I hope I'm wrong. I don't think there's anything awful happening, but this could be a week where maybe there's so much going on that you're like really stuck in your mind, and when that happens we tend to get headaches and stuff, so just be careful with that. Outside of that, the Four of Wands is actually a really nice card for health, because it suggests that you are feeling buoyant, but you know, maybe you're convincing yourself, well, I feel so good, maybe I'm a little bit more indestructible than I like to, you know, than I usually am. So just keep it, you know, all things in moderation, darling. And then when it comes to your home and environment, this is very nice. If you're planning to sell a home, you could get an offer. I gotta be honest with you, it doesn't look like it's the one that you want. However, given current circumstances, etc., it might be the one that you need. So just take some time to figure out about that, but don't jump into anything too fast is your message here. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.